Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com. Here I am putting stuff away in the overflow room in reverse alphabetical order, as some of you suggested, and I am going to talk about some of the things that are in here. The problem is I'm getting nowhere fast because so much of this stuff looks so interesting to me and I haven't heard it for such a long time. But we're now finally in the Z's. We've had two preliminary videos. It's kind of like The Ring, you know, a preliminary evening and three big suckers coming down. But we've got Z's, and who else could begin the Z's or end the alphabet other than American composer Ellen Taft Zwillich. This Zwillich is, well, I have two Zwillichs here. There's actually a lot more of her stuff. But one is this lovely, lovely Naxos disc, featuring her violin concerto and rituals for 5 percussionists and orchestra. And what could be bad? Oh, this is fun stuff. It's with Pamela Frank violin and the Nexus/Iris Chamber Orchestra and the Saarbrücken Radio Symphony Orchestra under Michael Stern, who now has the job in Kansas City, I believe, right? He's made some splendid discs for reference recordings from Kansas. And we also have this Louisville disc, which isn't even open because I have two of them. If it's still wrapped up, it means I probably had another one somewhere, but I didn't want to get rid of them because I didn't think they'd survive long. So I wanted to save it. So into the overflow room it went. And here we have her chamber symphony and the double concerto for violin, cello, and orchestra, and the symphony number 2, which is also for cello solo. These are with Lawrence Leighton Smith and Albert George Schramm conductors, Jaime Laredo, or Jamie Laredo as he sometimes was called, and Sharon Robinson cello. So Zwillich, there you are, the end of the alphabet. In you go. Now, this next one is part of our random review stuff. Oh, this was fun. This was fun, and I haven't heard this in ages either. Oh my goodness. What is that? Oh, well, who knows? Okay, the Zinman Legacy. Here it is. This was a 3-disc special set issued by the Baltimore Symphony on the departure of David Zinman. And there is some nifty, nifty stuff in here. Let me tell you. You have a Mozart Jupiter Symphony and a Brahms Third, all very nicely performed, by the way. I mean, but the fun part is at the end here. And then we've got a Prokofiev Classical Symphony and Tchaikovsky's Fifth. And we all love that music, right? So it's fun to hear these live performances, but the real smoker is Mahler's Sixth on disc 3. But the reason this is such a smoker is that in the finale, first of all, there's no exposition repeat, just so you know, in the first movement, but they use some sort of electronic nuclear bomb explosion for the hammer blows in the finale. You have never heard anything like it before in your life. I mean, it must have rocked Meyerhoff Symphony Hall to the rafters when they did this. It was so much fun. And just for the hammer blows, I mean, I hang on to this. As a performance of the Mahler Sixth, it's quite good. It's not the most, it's Zinman. He tended to be somewhat, well, he's an objective conductor. Let's just put it that way. He's not a hot and heavy romantic guy. So you get clarity, you get lightness of texture, and Mahler Sixth is not really a lightness of texture kind of piece. He doesn't underplay, obviously, with those hammer blows. No way, indeed. But I've heard him do Mahler Sixth since then, and it wasn't like this. It just wasn't. This was a moment. So the Zinman Legacy was something that was one I was keeping. Absolutely. I was keeping Zinman no matter what. And then we have, let's see, who's this? Oh, yeah. This wonderful disc on Bis featuring Zhou Long, the Chinese composer. Poems from Tang for string quartet and orchestra. The Rhyme of Taigu for orchestra. Daku for percussion and orchestra. Yay. And The Future of Fire for chorus and orchestra. It's only 5 minutes long. This is with the Singapore Symphony under Lan Shui on Bis. And it wound up in the overflow room because I played it a few times and knew I wasn't going to listen to it all that often. That doesn't mean it's bad. It doesn't mean it's not interesting. It just means there's only so many hours in the day, right? You want to keep something, but I didn't have room for it in the normal spot. And so here it is. And he went over here. And that, my friends, is another rather interesting selection of stuff from the Overflow room. Just what do we get? What do we get here? Just 3 things, 3 random reviews from the end of the alphabet. So keep on listening, friends. Thanks so much for joining me. Take care.